While visiting New Crobuzon, I got off the train at Perdido Street Station, looking around at all the wondrous architecture and crowds of people. Various strange races of humanoids stood out to me: scarab-headed Kepri, winged Garuda, wet Vodnanyoi, and several versions of the remade. They shocked me to my core. I wasn't used to such cosmopolitan alienation of the senses. I wasn't used to such a hodgepodge of biodiversity. I wasn't used to the messy effluent of creatures that would come from the underside of the fantastical worldview. Humans, yes, in all their variety and perversity. They were here, but in a combined transposition, a permutation of acceptance of place within the dregs of the flush. This fantasy wouldn't comfort me. This fantasy wouldn't have elves who sing, dwarves who smith, halflings who bake, or humans that rise to the challenge of being chosen. This fantasy would expose me to grubs, to the flies that landed on my food, to the maggots that infested the dead cow, to the worms in the half eaten apple, to the vomit of the hangover, to the liquid fecal matter shooting into the toilet from the stomach flu. Does that disturb you? Does that make you wince and turn away in disgust? Then a visit to New Crobuzon may not be for you. This book starts off in the cesspool of descriptors. Words on the first page include bruise, blood, dirty, debased, compelled, silted, pollutant, stench, klaxon, wretch, dirt, sucks, obscene, clash, pounding, rut, protruding, troglodytic, ragged, cobbled, sewers, riddling, waste ground, crushed, fat, old. This is all within one paragraph, and it doesn't stop there. Mieville's grotesque menagerie of language seems endless merely within its first few chapters. Fortunately, we are given reprieve as he settles down into some great characterization. Isaac, our main point of view character, but far from the only one, grounds us in his everyday outlook. That is, if every day means you're a hyper focused, almost mad genius of a scientist. Or should we relate to the mysterious first person narrator at the beginning of the book, who then interjects his point of view after each sub book section? Well, that would be giving things away. Yet, every character has some quality to latch onto, like a tick on a dog's ear. Lynn's artistic passion, Durkan's journey to find truth amid government corruption, Yagharek's need to soar again, and other quite human yearnings are exaggerated through the text by a roundabout explanatory process. All these characters cannot be exactly human, but must be partly human in order to be explored. Thus, we, the reader, are drawn into the tapestry of their fated lives and trapped in the web of a godlike spider that also appears within these very pages. Very clever, Mr. Mieville. The plot is as cloying and deft as the prose. There are many twists and turns that you will not see coming, but are somehow sensical and wondrous. Genre bending exceeds expectations, delving into realms of sci fi, cyberpunk, horror, thriller, weird, and literary, all under the guise of father fantasy. There are various humanoid and created races introduced into the book throughout the first few introductory chapters and a bit beyond. I would say one flaw that may be apparent in the novel is that Mieville doesn't stop introducing more as the book nears its conclusion. Once it seems as if he uses a race of creatures merely to show how devastating a certain threat is to the city. And then we hear no more of this strange strand of being. Hmm. Another time he introduces a Deus Ex Machina character that was obviously a reference to some other literary trope, but I couldn't place the joke and so it was lost on me. I'm sure someone will explain it to me at some point, but for now, I remain perplexed at this addition that could have been handled differently. Um, I did find some points of the extended ending to be drawn out unnecessarily as well, thinking the novel would have been well served maybe 100 pages shorter. These are very minor complaints to top off my visit to this fantastical city. I am very glad I was invited to read this book, and I am glad to have finished it. It is totally worth the price of the ticket to come here, and I recommend it for anyone looking to delve into the new, weird, and wonderful city of New Crobuzon. All aboard the next train to Perdido Street Station. I will never look at a moth the same way again. Well, I hope you enjoyed that different kind of review. Uh, this is the Fantasy Thinker, and I'm Jared Quartermatch. Please like and subscribe if you like that, and let me know what you think of this book and everything that came with it. Be good to each other. Thank you.